let's hear what this sounds like. You're kidding, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. I actually have a little accompaniment track prepared already. Let's go ahead and hit play. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Back when we first took a look at the Cube, about a year ago, I praised it for its innovative use of motion and space to create some really wild textures. The Cube, if you don't already know, is a sample-based synthesizer that's actually really inspiring. It uses motion, physics, and samples to crossfade between the corners of the cube at the center, which results in an interesting form of synthesis, and to my knowledge, there isn't anything else out there quite like it. Well, here we are a year later in 2023, and the folks at Lunacy Audio have been hard at work making the Cube better than it ever was before. So this new version of the Cube, version 1.5, the big news here is they've built this all new preset library hub they're calling the Pack Portal, which is much more than just a preset browser. We already had a preset browser, but this is so much more. This is a fully connected portal to all the packs that Lunacy Audio offers, as well as a really neat way to catch up on some of the packs that you may have missed, like the brand new Canopies from YouTube researcher and musician Benn Jordan. What's up, Ben? Breaking the fourth wall here, just for you. So Canopies is the latest entry in the Signature Artist series, and this one focuses on the firefly-lit treescapes and fog-blanketed woodland areas surrounding Benn's home, nestled within North Carolina's Blue Ridge Mountains. Supposedly, Ben used some crazy innovative recording techniques and went to great length to record these samples, which is the basis of this pack, and the quality really shows. So, that being said, Lunacy Audio was kind enough to sponsor this video today and would like you to know that the Cube, along with its associated sound packs, are all on sale right now at their website. The link is in the description box down below. This is an amazing deal and I highly encourage you guys to go check it out. So in today's video, we are gonna make an ambient track from scratch using the Cube. So if you like this kind of video, make sure you smash that like button on the way in and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That being said, let's get into the video. Cheers and enjoy. All right, so here we are inside of Ableton Live 11. Now, the goal with today's video is to build an ambient track from scratch. And while we do that, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Cube 1.5. The Cube is a fantastic choice for ambient, soundscapes, deep, dark drones, otherworldly textures, and really just laying the foundations for anything else you'd like to build on top of your track. So we're going to build an ambient track from scratch today using the Cube so you guys can see just how powerful it is and why you need to add it to your own productions. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to grab an instance of the Cube, and as you're going to notice, the Cube pretty much looks unchanged from last year. However, the folks at Lunacy Audio have really done a lot under the hood to make the Cube really usable, and there's a lot of new improvements, and we're going to go over those right now. So the first thing I want you to notice is the new pack portal. I'm going to go ahead and click on pack portal. It's going to log me in. And as you can see, this is like a big patch library for all of the packs that Lunacy Audio now offers. So you can download them in a click of a button. You can download them all at once if you want. As you can see, we have the brand new Canopies from Benn Jordan here. We have the fantastic Dust, the desolate granular soundscapes that was released from my boy Venus Theory earlier this year. So you might want to pick that up. And as you can see, there's some bonus presets here. I have some of them installed, some of them I don't. But it makes it really easy. The download speeds are super fast, and it's a really great way to dive into the world of Lunacy Audio and just check out all these new sounds that they have to offer. So that's the pack portal in a nutshell. It's just like a really easy way to have all your packs in one place and to add some fresh new sounds to the Cube. Now, speaking of sounds, the other cool thing that I love about this is that you have the sounds tab. And when I click a sound, as you can see, we have cool little icons here at the bottom now that represent all the different packs available. So Canopies right here, I can just go ahead and start adding some sounds. So let's go ahead and build a patch from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is just grab a sound. So we're going to come over to the overview and say Metis Pluck. We'll say Embers. Great. So then we can just say, all right, well, that's cool. That's one corner of our cube. As you can see, it's showing it as A. Now we can grab a sound for B. We can come over here to empty and grab another sound. We'll say Woodland Motions. We'll come over to the overview. That's good. We'll grab another one over here. Let's say we'll do like Thicket Plucks for C. And then we'll grab one more and we'll say, all right, let's make this, I don't know, Woodland Motions again. All right. And we'll come over here. Now, the secret I found to making the cube all blend together is using the loop function. Now, the loop function is interesting because what you can do here is turn on loop. And as you can see, you can set the start marker here. However, you can't set its length until you go into the tweak menu. So you see up here, it says basic and tweak. We're going to click tweak. And as you can see, now loop time is active and we can set how long that loop actually is and the loop marker, which makes it really handy, especially when you want to loop something very quickly or very long. You have up to 1 bar down to 1/32, which is really cool. So I'm going to loop that. That looks good. We'll just go here and make this a different one. So we'll click on this and we'll say loop and we'll go like, okay, we'll loop like that part of it. Go into the tweak menu and say, all right, we'll make that a half. That might be interesting. We'll come back over to the overview. With Thicket Plucks, we'll loop it and reverse it. And then we'll come over to the tweak menu right here and we'll say, all right, that's cool, 1 bar. That sounds good. And we'll come back over to the overview. And with Embers, what I want to do is loop it and then set the marker somewhere around here and make sure that our loop time is at 1 bar. Now, when I come back over to the Orbits tab, as you can see, we have the same orbits that we had before. The cube has 8 different corners. I have filled up the front corners here. So when I hold shift, you can see we can go from back to front, back to front. And I can kind of rotate around. As I play this, we're gonna have all the sounds here. Now, what I can do is come over to the sounds tab and adjust the global envelope to make it a little more ambient. We're gonna add some attack, decay, lower the sustain amount, and add some release. Come back over to the orbits, and here we go. Check this out. Oh yeah, right? So as I rotate this around, you can hear we're getting different parts of those sounds from Canopies in every corner, which is awesome. Like, I love this. Oh yeah. Now, one cool feature of the cube that we didn't even cover last time was creating orbits from scratch. They have a bunch of different orbits here. You can go ahead and select one. As you can see, we have Tug of War. I mean, there's just a bunch of options in the presets menu. However, you can actually create your own orbit. Now, what you can do is click on Create Orbit. Now, there's 2 different types of orbit creation methods. One is called Orbit Stepper, which is very basic and uses straight lines. The other one is called Axis Sculptor. Now, this may not look much at the beginning, but however, start moving some of these around and you're going to see that this is actually quite interesting. Look at that. It's an ellipse. So like we can move this around and set it perfectly. So it only covers the front of the cube. We'll go 0% here and then offset here, minimum max. There we go. And then we'll go like this and we'll move this to the front. What we want to do is we want to move this all the way to the front. So we'll come here. There we go. And then we'll go like this. There we go, like that. And now we're rotating between all the different corners. And we'll go like that. Perfect. And we can add one more cycle here. That's exactly what I wanted. So we have sort of this like butterfly shape going through all 4 corners of the cube. As you can see, the orbit motion down here, we can go 4 bars. And now when I play the keys, look at this. Now we're moving between all 4 corners of the cube in this really cool motion. I can save this motion. I can call it, Signs Butterfly or something. So Signs Butterfly. Very good. And we'll click Save. And now we have Signs Butterfly, right? And we're off and running here. So we have just done a bunch of things. We've just added 4 sounds to the cube from Canopies. And we've set loop markers. We put some of them in reverse. We made our own orbit. And now let's add some effects. That might be a good idea to do right now. So let's go ahead and we can filter some of this out. We have a global filter here. There's actually 2 filters. There's one here in the effects section and there's a global filter. If I come back over to the main, we have a global filter here. So you can use either one, whatever you feel like. And we can come over here and add some delay. So we can turn on the delay just by clicking this tiny little circle right there and make it dotted 1/8 note delay. There we go. Perfect. A little feedback. Add some mix. Very good. Oh yeah. And I think I'll add some of my own reverb here. Oh yeah. Wow. So as you can see, for something that's foundational, the Cube is absolutely perfect. I mean, name me a synthesizer that does something like this so easily and crossfades between the different samples. I mean, you can add your own samples here. Like, this is just fantastic stuff. I love this. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the quality of Canopies really shows here. So a lot to love about the Cube 1.5 and its associated sound packs. So now that we have our first soundscape created, one thing that I wanted to show you was the lesser known arpeggiator feature. And what we're gonna do is create a sequence using that arpeggiator, and then we're gonna add it to our initial soundscape. So let's go ahead and add another instance of the Cube here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Cube, and we're gonna start from scratch again. And what I'd like to do is come back over to the sounds page, and we're gonna come over here to sounds and grab something else from Canopies. Say we can grab these retro waves or something like that. Just like, you know, do something a little retro, a little cool, kind of plucky, right? And we can come over here to the sounds page, and we come over to the overview, and we can adjust our global envelope to be something a little more pluck-like, right? So we can have a little decay and some release, right? That's cool. And we can come over here to B and say, all right, let's grab one more, and we'll grab like mineral taps or something like that. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Nice, great. So if you click on one of the tabs and go to tweak, if you turn on loop time, the arpeggiator becomes active. Now the default arpeggiator mode is chord. I'm gonna use random here. Now what you can do is you can set the amount of steps here. We've got MIDI through here. We've got a bunch of options. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of set some of these to like some, you know, innocuous intervals here. We'll go plus 12, like a 7. We'll go down like 3. There we go, like this. And when I press, right? So some of this is arpeggiated and some of it's not. Why? Because we come over back here to the retro waves, and we can actually set this as arpeggiator as well. There we go. This is cool. Oh yeah, this is great, right? So you have full power of the arpeggiator here. Let's pick this 1/8. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Wow. We'll make this plus 7 again. We can adjust the velocity here and really emphasize some of those steps. You can adjust the length here as well. There's some presets here, but that sounds gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's put this through the synth bus. We'll add some dotted 8th note dual delay. Add a little bit of reverb. We'll add our initial soundscape to this by holding shift. And let's hear what this sounds like. You're kidding, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. I actually have a little accompaniment track prepared already. Let's go ahead and hit play. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Right? We can rotate around here. A little back and forth here. Oh my gosh. So now we're going back and forth between the two sounds inside of the sequence. Oh, that is simply gorgeous. Oh my God. I mean, you can't lose, right? The Cube is just an amazing instrument. It's so versatile. We created our own orbits. We used samples. We looped things. We made a full-on sequence. We added effects. We adjusted the speed. I mean, it never fails to surprise me. It's just like mind-blowing. Every time I visit the Cube, I'm happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to pick up the Cube, you can do so. The link is down below in the description. Lunacy Audio is hosting a sale right now, and you can get the Cube for like half off and all the associated sound packs. It's an amazing deal. I want to thank Lunacy Audio for sponsoring this video today. And like, I love the Cube. I love Lunacy. This is my jam. I can see the power of the Cube, and I know that I'm gonna use it in a lot of my own tracks moving forward, and I hope you do too. So thank you guys again for watching. If you want to learn more about what I do and you want tutorials like this, you can check me out on Patreon. I have a wonderful Patreon community where I do tutorials like this every single week. We have over 100 sound packs on Patreon. We have the Sign Circle, which is a track feedback group, and I do one-on-one ambient coaching. So if you really want that personal touch, come check me out, patreon.com/signsoflife. You might like it. I'll be back again soon with more ambient tutorials. Like I said, you can't go wrong, you guys. Open up the door. The Cube is waiting for you. This was a lot of fun. Take good care, you guys. I'll see you again real soon. And as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life, and I'll see you all in the next one.